Welcome to Holding Space. Michael Zen is a visual producer and creative photographer using his imaginative visionary energy to channel Zen and hold space for spiritual and innovative discussion. Each episode creates a supportive, accepting, and open environment that allows exploration and expertise to come together with engaging and entertaining convergence. With guest and community all helping the shape of the way, Michael is grateful to be together to hold space. Now here is your host of Holding Space, Michael Zen.
Yes, here I am, holding space. I'm actually holding space right now. Welcome to Holding Space. It's going to be an exciting episode of a Holding Space. I know I'm excited. It's Tuesday. It's March 18th. I've been holding space here on the Sacred Spiral Network since 2025. I've just been doing it all year, and it's been an amazing, amazing place to be. Tonight I actually have two returning guests who have been in the space before, but the space is so magical. And I wanted to first give a shout out to Todd, who is the narrator, gives me a wonderful introduction. Thank you, Todd, so much for that very cool introduction. I am a visual producer, all the things he said. And also Kelly Brickle at the Sacred Spiral Network for inviting me to create a show here where I can hold space for people who I find really energetic and amazing and gifted, and a gift to hold space for and share with you guys. And you guys are pretty awesome too. What's up, Courtney? Good to see you. What's up, Grace Grella? Going to be a brilliant show tonight. Yes, absolutely. And I was also thinking about how amazing and what a testament this moment is, right, to manifestation. I manifested this moment. I, through intention, invited two amazing mystics that I find amazing to be here, to do what they do, to read tarot cards, to talk about the tarot, to talk about the moment now, right? It's amazing. Intention is all you need. Love, everything. It's perfect. I've created the perfect moment. Holding space. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bernadette, welcome. Hello, everyone. Bernadette's welcoming everyone as well. So I've been saying I have two of my favorite mystics on, so I want to just do a brief introduction. Bryan Lahr is a true wizard, somebody who I met through my art. I am a photographer. What's up, Marie? Good to see you. I'm a photographer, and I was involved in a Facebook group that was exploring light painting. So light painting is photography where you leave the shutter open for longer than usual, and this way you can move a light source across and expose and create trails and really, really very, very cool things. Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to you, Courtney. And so it's just artists who share the passion for that. I saw Bryan's work. I was amazed. His work was definitely a little bit different than what most people do with light painting, because there's kind of some standard things that people do with light painting, and his work had such an energy to it. So I reached out to him. We became very fast friends. We did so much together in the last couple of years, specifically with his tarot deck. So Bryan created this amazing tarot deck here, the Wizard of Odd. This is the 10th anniversary edition I have here, which is gold and beautiful, beautiful stuff. It's all of his artwork on these cards, and just amazing. The way he's put the cards together is amazing, because there's so much definition on the cards that even as a beginning reader, you can get so much out of the cards with all of the different systems that he's integrated. I'll let him talk more about it when he comes on. But a true wizard, a true artist, and just such an amazing guy. I'm so happy to have him as part of my life. So he's back here. He was actually the first guest for Holding Space. And the other amazing mystic that I've invited into the space tonight is Minty May. Another very, very talented tarot reader, somebody who's very, very connected to the tarot cards from a very young age, and such a it's very palpable, his connection with the cards. It's like immediate. He pulls out his deck and immediately it's like it's happening. It's like it's a real crazy amazing energy. I had the fortune of meeting Minty on my other show, the live stream of consciousness. He was a guest, and we were talking, he was talking about possibly coming over to the United States. I said, hey, you know, I have an extra bedroom if you want to come over to the United States and you're coming through New York, why don't you stay? And that actually, I think, was a bit of a catalyst for him to decide to come. He didn't really know what he was going to do, and it was like the universe was like, well, now you know what to do. There's a place for you waiting and you should do it. And he did it, and it's been an amazing friendship. And Grace Grella, who's another amazing psychic medium out there in the audience, is endorsing both of these guys. Both are spot on and accurate. And that's one thing that I love about these guys, and you too, Grace, is that even as a psychic medium, you don't just like give readings to people. You are immersed in the whole world of energy and connecting to it and communicating with it. And so it's even like you go and get readings, and Bryan gets readings, and you guys all get readings from each other because you know that the energy is real, and you know that you all communicated with it in your own ways. So you're going to get a unique message from whoever it is you're speaking to. So anyway, awesome. I feel like I've done a great job setting up tonight. I'm super excited, you guys. If you are going to look for a reading, just type that you're open in the comments so that these guys can start doing what they're doing. But let's talk to them a little bit about who they are. I don't know how to do this. I guess I'm going to bring them both on at the same time. It's like I'm having a party and they both knocked on the door at the same time. And it's just like, welcome in, guys. Let's have some chips. You know what? Hold on 1 second before I bring them in. I want to grab my bowl. Yes, I know some of you guys got excited when I said I was going to grab my bowl. This is not an old school party. This is not a bowl that you smoke out of, but this is, yes, you guys have seen this before on Holding Space. This is my new bowl, which is freaking so amazing. It has such an amazing energy. I connect so much with this bowl. Sometimes when I'm sitting next to the bowl and I'm talking, I hear the bowl actually ringing, just responding to the resonance of my voice. So I want to open up my space, and I got this from Bryan, opening up the space with the bowl, with the sound. When I get this right, it gets so loud and it vibrates so much in my hand. I'm going to stop before it gets too loud. It vibrates so much in my hand. I can feel it. You can hear it still going. This was given to me by Janice for Valentine's Day. It's an amazing gift, an amazing bowl. Thank you, Janice. And thank you for allowing me to open up the space and welcome my two good friends, Bryan Lahr and Minty May. Welcome to Holding Space with Appella.
Wow, it's been so long.
Yes, we had a good night last night. You guys had a great show.
Oh, that was so fun. I had a blast.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah. Curiously enough, my cousin Nancy emailed me she didn't really respond. I was like, where'd you go? So I sent her out an email, said, hey man, did you stick around for your reading? And she wrote back this email she had entered into the chat, and for some reason it didn't get it. But she confirmed pretty much everything you said last night. She was spot on, man. It was really great.
Oh, that's fantastic news to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, validation.
Yeah, Minty, you were having some really amazing readings last night. I remember the first time Bryan, actually, you had read Bryan, and Bryan was just like, I can't even believe it. Like, nobody's ever read me like that. You know, Bryan's got some experience, and you gave him a little bit of a surprise. So that's awesome to know you impressed him.
Well, I'm just grateful that you are happy for me to read for you guys, you know, because I know you both have had readings off me, so I'm just grateful for that as well. But no, thank you for the feedback, Bryan, though. I really do appreciate it, because I was a bit like, can she take it? Can't she take it? I was like, oh. And you know, when you get inside your own head, you get that little bit of doubt.
I know. I really hate that. I was like, man, and that's not like her. You know, she comes on the show a lot, and she's always very communicative. And so
that Mercury retrograde, mate.
Well, it's Mercury retrograde, bro.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Of course, the chat didn't come out. Wow, what a surprise!
So I just want to talk a little bit about both of you guys before we get into any readings. Bryan, you know, I was saying when I met you, you definitely had this amazing energy. We met as artists, but as I got to know you deeper, I found that you were actually like a true wizard, right? With the tarot deck, it's like the art of understanding the tarot and all of that. And your energy is very much like that. You come off like a very wise person who just like a wizard, like what you would think of when you think of a wizard. Today I was trying to think about Minty. I'm like, you know, Minty kind of looks like a Viking wizard, but his energy is different than a wizard, and I totally figured it out. And you may agree with me on this, Bryan. I know we disagree occasionally, but Minty's energy is a tree.
Minty, absolutely, he's a forest gnome.
Minty he's got that same, like when you want to hug a tree because you want to be close to the earth, like if you hug Minty, that's what you're gonna feel. Like Minty is definitely, he's got that tree energy. Good. I'm glad you agree with that.
Going down the wooded path, you know, and there he is peeking out from behind different stuff.
Totally.
I love that. I mean, I'd even go as far as like with a bit of Tolkien involved here and go maybe on Treebeard.
yeah, totally. Well, you're absolutely, that's when I was thinking about it, I was thinking of Lord of the Rings. Like you're somebody who you would meet back in the Shire, and you know, you even talked about that when you were staying with me about the Shire as your place. So we do have an amazing audience. The Sacred Spiral Network is such great people. So we have people who not only are open to some readings, but they're actually saying, are you taking crescents? Can we ask tarot or your guides any questions? So I mean, I guess they're asking about questions for reading or questions in general about the tarot. Again, I find I've learned so much about the tarot from both of you guys, and just just from being around energetic people who are energy workers. You know, if you're sensitive to that stuff, you start to pick up those different ways that different people are connected to energy. And so I've learned so much from both of you guys about, you know, the way you both connect to energy. Is there anything specific you guys want to say about your styles and how you connect to energy? Minty, maybe start with you.
Yeah. How do I connect with energy? That's actually got me lost for words for once. I suppose for me, I think I must admit, I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with me on this one or not, but I kind of get a little, this is going to be my own personal opinion here, and it might be a little controversial, but I get really nuts when spiritual people say to me, oh, I completely shut down. I'm like, really? You really completely shut down? I don't believe that. I don't think anyone ever really truly shuts down, because we're walking through this world, we're walking through life, we're walking, connecting with nature, connecting with the earth, connecting with different energy, connecting with different frequencies. You might not be working or connecting with spirit to give people messages, but to say you completely shut down, sorry, I don't buy it. I must admit, I've never, and this is, like I say, my personal opinion, because I've never really truly shut down. There are times when spirit knows that I'm actually going to be working. There are times when they know I'm not, and then there's times where they're like, no, this person really needs to hear this, and you've got to find a way of giving it. And I'm like,
you're working whether you want to or not, you're working. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm like, hang on a minute, guys. There's a time and a place. Like I think one of the stories I told you about was when I was working behind the bar. But anyway, But no, I mean, for me, I kind of like, for me, shuffling, it helps me focus. Spirit know that I'm working down, and I work as a medium, so I channel spirit through. I can read the cards, but it's like it's a mash of all this stuff coming together at a million miles an hour, and then I've got to like take feelings, smells, tastes, hearing, seeing. It's like all the senses are firing on all five cylinders, and you've got to kind of smash all this energy together to then deliver a message. It's like that's kind of how it works. I mean, that's the easiest way I can describe it.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, you seem to interpret whatever it is that's coming through. You seem to interpret it into the right messages for people. Again, just based on the validations that I've seen and the way I've seen you working. Bryan, what about you and your connection with energy?
Well, I've been hacking along the path for 5 decades now, and I've gotten involved in lots of different currents, and the Eastern stuff, the African stuff, the Golden Dawn, and they're all ways of moving energy and using the primal creative fire, that has that potential for manifestation. But in the last 5 years, especially, I've really kind of like tried to strip away all the different dogma, and the systems, and depending on the African system happened because that's the environment they were in, and the group of people, and all those systems, the I Ching, all those things were kind of a function of where they were in the world, especially back then when the world was so difficult for information to pass around.
Right.
So all of those things have nuts of energy about them, but they got really kind of like religionized and dogmatized. So I've really been trying in all of my work to keep it like the rules of energy. And when you understand the rules of energy, how energy functions, energy doesn't change those rules. They always work that way. And when you act in accordance with those, you find yourself in the flow rather than in the conflict and the so my readings, for the last 10 years or so, like shortly after I designed the deck, I started doing an elemental reading. That's like 4 columns of 3 cards, vertical cards. And those first three columns, first column's fire, water, air, right? And then the last one's earth. And what's really cool about those is it kind of presents an energetic flow, like the potential energy for situations, how you feel about it, and the desire that goes into driving it, then the plans that go with that. And if that energy flow is left unchecked, then that last column kind of like gives you really deep insight into how that would manifest. And the thing I really enjoy about this one is, like, if the last card, if the outcome of it really sucks, you don't have to just buy that. You can go back into where the energy is being formed and already and still malleable, and change your emotional state or change something about the energetic state. And when you change that, you change the flow, and then you change the outcome. So it's wow. Kind of like, and mine, I sort of consider mine, rather than, predicting the future or those kinds of things. It's more like an energetic forecast, weather forecast. So, like, and energy is always changing every single day. I do a reading for myself every single day, just to like see where the weather is,
Sure. And you can prepare for the weather, right? You can prepare for,
absolutely. And I can't tell you how many times, like, seeing the outcome part of that, changing some part of that, and either avoiding that whole like harangue, or being, significantly attenuated, instead of, like you get clipped by the mirror on the bus rather than get run totally over.
Right. Totally. So Bernadette is asking if we can share your links or channels. I have on the bottom there Minty May's TikTok. That's where he's usually doing his live readings. On TikTok, Bryan, that's Bryan's website, where you can actually get his the deck that I just had held up. So he's got an angel deck and he's got a tarot deck. but as well, Bryan, I was going to say, I remember what you're talking about with the column readings that you're doing and what that represented, because Bryan and I did a show, a couple of shows called The Fool's Journey, and now he's doing the Angel channel where he goes over the meanings of the cards. So that's on YouTube as well. If you are interested in this stuff, there's a really good archive of information there.
And the Angel channel, we do live practice every week.
Yep.
Like we're doing breathing exercises, energy work.
Yeah. And I gave you credit. I gave you credit when I brought out the bowl for the first time. Janice gave me the bowl, and I said, you know what, Bryan did this. He's opening space. I love it, dude. It really adds something to the intention of the show, and it's really awesome. So thank you for that inspiration. I do appreciate that. And Bernadette says, awesome, thanks. Yes, as far as the information down there at the bottom. Also, Angelo, our friend Angelo, is mentioning that Bryan, he says, you don't like walking on cold floors. Is that true? He's reading some energy.
Oh no, I love cold floors.
He loves cold floors. Angelo, you're off with that one. He's been on, but he's off with that one. So there you go. Maybe that'll keep him quiet for a little bit. Before we started the readings, I don't know if you guys, I mean, thanks for coming to my party. I really appreciate it. It's really great that, again, I'm excited. I really do feel like, this is a manifestation. I've manifested a moment. I've manifested something really good for whoever's here. I see some people showing up. I see Erica. I see CJ. I see Spectra. Very cool. So you guys have anything to say before we get into the readings, or you guys just want to shuffle them up and start reading? How are you guys feeling?
I'm down for whatever, man. I'm the
party. I'm the host of the party.
Yeah. Minty, go ahead.
I would just say with the readings, if anyone's got a particular question that they want an answer to, I'm happy to. Hi, Courtney. I'm happy to answer any questions, and I've always been a firm believer in. I will happily answer health, pregnancy, money, finances, anything. So if you've got a particular question that you want an answer to, I'm happy to have a look into that. Or if you want a general read, pop up that you'd like a general read.
Mm-hmm. And Lisa's saying some people get self-projection confused with reading someone else. Very true. You've got a discernment is a big thing. Understanding energy and what it means and how to read those subtleties is definitely that. So I believe I've got I don't know if that's a question. Marie DC is just throwing right out career and love. I'm imagining
career and love.
I'm imagining that's that. And I see Christine Fay out there. What's up, Christine? Good to see you as well. Thanks for coming to the party. We got a good party happening today. By the way, if you are out there and you haven't made a comment, it helps the algorithm if you just type something into the comment bar. So just type in #live if you're watching us live, and #replay if you're catching the replay, and share if you feel so inclined. It's real easy to just click the button and share, and that really helps grow this whole thing. So thank you guys. All right, so do we have anything for who is it here? It was, I lost track of it. It's not Christine. It was somebody who said, oh my goodness, I lost track of it. So many comments. You guys are awesome running in the comment thing.
Where are you seeing your comments? I don't see any comments.
You're not seeing any of the comments? On the right side, you should see.
Oh, that's because I didn't have my comment button selected. There you
go. Yeah. So I saw it wasn't Bernadette, it wasn't Eric, maybe CJ, Corey, Minty. Hi, I'd love a reading. Career and love. There it is. Marie DC, career and love. That's who asked. She asked the first question, so I want to officially open with her.
That's cool. Who's going first?
I don't know. You guys want to do rock, paper, scissors? How do you guys usually work that out?
No, have at it, Minty.
Minty, you're up, Minty.
Oh, I'm up. Okay, cool. No worries. Cheers. Did you say her name was? Sorry, can you highlight the comment for us again,
Yeah,
please?
Marie DC, it's up right now.
Marie DC, thank you.
Yeah, it
Oh,
says
I might have to scroll back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Career and
Hi,
love.
Marie. Thank you for letting me link in with you. I really do appreciate it. Okay, let's have a link in. I want to say when I link in with you guys as well, when I do link in for the people that are watching, if you can try and respond as quickly as possible, it does help me with the link and going on. Marie, I want to say your head's kind of spinning 360 degrees at the moment, and I feel like you're questioning everything where you are at the moment as well. This year was all about great change, and it was like a new start. I don't necessarily believe in New Year's resolutions, but I do feel like you have kind of put down a list of priorities of what you're wanting to change. And I do see a career change coming in, but I also see a new relationship coming in for you as well. But I'm also looking at where I'm living. Now, I don't think it's necessarily having just a massive clearing out and redecorating or a spring clean as such. I do feel like you're wanting to move house as well. So it's like you're kind of coming along and just going, you know what, I'm going to throw stuff up in the air and see what kind of happens, which I kind of like that energy as well. So I hope this is all making sense to you. But they are saying to me, career change is the biggest one for you because it's like, I need to change the way I work because I don't feel like I'm necessarily being valued fully in what I'm doing, if that makes any sense. Thank you for the confirmation so far. And they're saying start filling out application forms and CVs and that kind of thing. But they're also saying apply for roles a little bit higher than where you're at now. Because where you're at now, you shouldn't be there. Please forgive me if I'm wrong on this one. I feel like last year you got overlooked for a promotion, which has then kind of spurred you on to actually go looking for work in a similar role elsewhere, but you're helping lots of different people on a day-to-day basis. So you're very much in like a caring, nurturing kind of role or environment, and it is dealing with lots of different people. But coming back to where I'm seeing the new work coming in, this is being shown to me for the end of April, beginning of May. If you start applying now and don't talk yourself out of it, because that's kind of what we do as humans. It's the human side of us goes, don't you see, we can't do that. Don't you see, we can't. Yes, you can do that. That's what I'm being told to say to you. Yes, you can do this. So start applying now. I'm seeing interviews coming in middle of April, end of April, beginning of May is where I'm seeing the job role change. And I feel like you're looking for something where you can also work from home. Thank you for the confirmation that you've been applying. I love it. But I'm also being shown that you wouldn't mind also working from home for a couple of days a week. So it feels like I don't always need to go in the office. I don't always need to go to a location. So they're showing that that's going to be important for you. With regards to moving, it's not a million miles away. It's within 40 minutes to an hour. I see this more happening around July, August, but I'm seeing a new relationship. Because I'll be honest, Marie, and please forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm not seeing a relationship at the moment, but I feel like there's a new relationship coming middle to the end of May, but it's going to be a deep friendship that will grow. We'll be working home soon. Thank you for the confirmation on that one as well. But what I want to say is there's like a deep friendship that's going to grow into a relationship for you as well. And it's like, it feels like I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this change. I'm ready for this start. It's like the last 18 months you've been working on yourself, you found your new confidence, you found who you are. So I hope this is all making sense. Always like to pull a card for people, and I'm using my very good friend Naomi Cornett's Oracle deck here today. And they're very, very nature-based, and she hand drew all of these cards. Now, I love this card because it's called Rebirth. And it's very, very fitting to the message that I've just given to you from Spirit, which I absolutely love. And it is just sort of saying your hard work, your dreams, your goals are paying off. Don't lose sight of them. The hardest step isn't always the first. It's actually reaching the finish line is where it can take that little bit longer. So don't lose sight. Don't lose focus. You've got this. But the changes are coming for you. But they're also saying, remember to take time out for yourself and getting out into nature. They are talking about late April, you're supposed to be having a weekend away, and I feel like you're connecting with friends and family. It's like a birthday or a celebration or an anniversary going on around there, something to look forward to. So make sure you do that because it's something to look forward to. It means that you're working towards goals. Marie, I hope that made sense, and thank you for tuning in.
Minty, this is crazy, dude. I did a little reading while you were going, right? So this is like from the energy column. This is the three of cups, which is the wedding celebration. The six of pentacles, which is success and receiving money. And this last card, this is the near future, which really kind of confirms what you were saying. That's the Eight of Pentacles. That's the apprentice card. So that's a new career, but that's also means that you're going to find a mentor to take you under their wing and really help you with what this new thing is. And I gotta finish off this last one because this is really great too. It's the Three of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, which is the absolute burst of energy to begin a new business and endeavor, and followed by, oh man, it just jumped out of my hand, the Ten of Pentacles.
I love it.
So you're going to be really successful in whatever you do, and keep an eye out for that mentor coming out.
Wow. Marie, what
sorry to jump in on top of you.
No, don't apologize, Mike.
That's amazing. No, I love you know me, guys. I love watching this stuff. I can feel it. I can feel the energy. I knew it to get you guys together to a double team like that was such a great reading, Marie. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Marie, for being there to receive that. That's I love just being around to watch people receive that stuff. Beautiful. Let's go back.
I love that. And I love that we had very, very similar cards or very, very similar outlooks as well. I mean, again, it just kind of gives that confirmation.
I know, it's really crazy. I've never done this before, to be honest with you.
That's awesome. It's awesome. All right. So I see Bernadette, I see Erica. Let's go back. I'm going way back here. So you guys just be patient with us because a lot of you out there are looking for readings. Erica Neva says, me too, career and love. If you're drawn, please. I don't know if Bryan, you want to start this one, or
it takes me a second to do my little layout there. So go ahead and jump in.
Minty
I'll augment if you don't mind.
Minty gets hot.
No worries. No worries. Erica, I want to say there's proper excitement around you. You've got amazing energy. I feel like you've really broken through into new ventures. You're really striding forward in your confidence, and this is with your work. And it just gave you this real nice burst of energy that I'm seeing coming in from the end of January. And it's kind of just been building up, and it's not going to stop. It's going to keep going. And they're saying that you're really excited. I feel like you've got new opportunities coming July and August where you're going to either be running workshops, doing talks, or something where it's an in-person event. But I can see you at maybe doing a workshop at a festival or something along those lines, because that's where I feel that you should be. It's like getting out into the public, standing on the platform and talking to an audience. That's the energy that is meant for you, is what I'm being shown there as well. But they're also saying make sure to remember to give yourself that little bit of time to get back into your artwork and into your creative side, because that's how you meditate, that's how you recharge. And you need to get that balance just a little bit better on that one. Now, you've asked about love life. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. Again, I'm not necessarily seeing a relationship at the moment, but actually what I am being shown is July, August. At one of these events that you're going to a festival, but I don't think you're working there. I feel like you're going to be like one of the public, walking around, collaborating, mixing, that kind of thing, and networking. But you're going to meet someone there. And again, it's like you both are going to be meant to be working together, is what I'm getting shown. And I do feel September, October is where you really do come together. And it's about working from different angles at the same time. You're going to need to also, I feel like I want to say you are a medium. And I feel like you're wanting to teach others with mediumship as well. And I feel like this is important. They keep showing me a trip to Italy, or you're thinking about going to Italy as well. And I keep getting shown Rome and Venice. It's like a toss between the two. So I feel like this might not be this year, but next year, I feel like you're going to have an opportunity to go to Italy. And it's one of those where it's like one of the few places overseas that I feel like you've always wanted to go to, is where I'm being shown with that one. And it is about seeing more of the world, and you love learning from different cultures as well at the same time. So you're always looking for new courses. just remember not to burn yourself out. They're talking about how you're changing your diet as well, which is also giving, thank you for the confirmation. They're also talking about how you're changing your diet a lot more. And I feel like you're going much more vegetarian, straight vegan. It's like I want to eat much more fresher fruit, fresher vegetables, because that gives you your grounding. That gives you your grounding. They are saying try and add a little bit of fish into your life, though, because I feel like the oil would really help. And also be mindful of your left knee. I don't know if you've twisted your back recently, but I've got shooting pains going down into my left knee, and they're just saying maybe see a chiropractor. It will just line you back up right. It's what I'm also being shown on that one. And they're saying try not to do any running at the moment or fitness or exercise because your body is needing to make is needing to rest. Spirit is changing my eating habits. Thank you for the confirmation. But they're just saying it's okay to rest. It's okay to rest. But let's pull you a card. Let's see what we got going on for you with one of Naomi's cards. I love this. It's battle ready. Now, I actually do feel like if I was talking to you about 7 or 8 months ago, there was a bit of conflict going on in your personal life. And I feel like this is a little bit of friendship and a bit of family as well. But you found your voice. You're speaking your truth. You've got better boundaries in place. You're not being taken for granted anymore by people. And actually, I want to say there's 2 people that have kind of left your life. This is more friendship again, but it's been for the better because since they've gone, your energy has risen. You're not being used. You're not being taken for granted anymore. And it's like I'm much more discerning now who I'm allowing into my circle. So my circle might have got smaller, but it's got better. And that's the most important thing that's going on there. You're not dealing with jealousy or toxicity anymore. And that is so, so important. Keep shining your light. You're on the right path. You don't need to second guess yourself. Your work is really taking off.
Wow.
So, Erica, you really, you get in your own head a lot. You need to chill out on the circle thinking and the really overanalyzing your past stuff and kind of like right now you've been this is the Hanged Man. You're kind of in this mode of not moving forward right this second and kind of looking back on things that have gone on and that's followed by the 5 of Pentacles, which would say, you know, this kind of like it was not a really great scenario that just ended and parted and it had some debris left that you really need to address and go on. And, you know, as far as your emotional zone and where you're going off on a new relationship, you know, the Fool is a really great card because it's just the empty-handed leap into the void. You know, you're going off into a new thing. You don't know what that thing is going to hold for you in the end. You just look at the sunlight, the sunrise happening over the mountains off the path all the way down and you just take off with faith knowing that it's going to be really, really good. And yeah, so the other card in here that makes me really want to talk to you about is the nine of Swords. The 9 of Swords is the total like in your head card. You know, the 9 of Swords is the moment. It's where you're laying on a dais and there are 9 swords suspended over you on little threads and you're waiting for them to fall. And that's why this is the gnarliest card in the deck for me, because you and I think share this. You have infinite ability to construct how bad that's going to be, man, when it falls. Oh my God, that's going to be awful. I create these scenarios of my own demise like you would not believe. And I think you and I share that. So, you know, if you find yourself thinking about and projecting like what's going to happen and how bad it's going to be, man, just put the brakes on, stop, start, get a little mantra, have a song you can sing, and just start like putting a halt to those because you drive yourself crazy and you don't need to. Wow. And in the end, it's all going to work out. You know, the four of Wands, it's the 4 corners of the celebration tent. So in the end, if you get out of your own way, it's going to be really, really great and enjoyable.
Awesome. Wow. What a powerful double team you guys are, man. Holy moly.
This is fun, man. I'm like, yeah, this is really super fun.
This
is so cool.
Yeah,
I'm loving
yeah.
it.
So let me see if I could go back. I know I saw Arnie, but I did mark. You could mark them, so I made stars. Let's see. I've got Bernadette here. Um, Bernadette is asking about her star seeds family. I've had so many visions. I've seen myself on different planets. I don't remember. I don't understand how to decode any of it. Interesting. I like this. I like this question. This is a little kind of off the beaten
Wait a
path.
second, leave that up for a second, Zin. Let
Yeah.
me read that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
See myself at different planets. Okay.
Basically trying to understand, the visions and messages that she's getting because they're more galactic in nature, it seems, than
Cool.
angelic.
Well, first of all, start keeping a journal and start recording those things, man, because things that don't make sense now, if you keep a running track of what you're getting, 6 months later from now, you might get the little key and all of a sudden a whole like thing of information happens. So, obviously, or likely you're not really prepared for the whole answer yet, and you're just getting the downloads preparing you for what's going to fill in later. So if you keep track of that, you won't lose any of it. And I'm a fanatic, man. I've got hundreds of journals.
That's great. I think that's great advice in general. And she says, I've also seen my family on the other side. So I have seen angels and Jesus. So it does manifest in both galactic and angelic energy for Bernadette.
The other thing I'm really getting really hard is, you're traveling there. You're astral traveling there. It's not just something that's happening to you or coming into you from the outside. Your subconscious is leading you to places you want to go, and you're actually going there.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and as far as like seeing your family and Jesus, and like we live in an infinite stack of frequencies. So depending on where you choose to lock in and where your energy goes with your intent to pick a particular energy signature and frequency, that's the world you'll be in.
Absolutely, yeah. Energy goes where it flows, right? Where your thoughts flow.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So before I link in with Bernadette, I'm just going to say hi to Raven. I saw that she popped on, and actually, Raven, funny enough, I'm using your cards now.
Nice. Awesome.
And that was like very kind of fit in time. I've been shuffling away here. Bernadette, first thing I want to say to you, Bernadette, definitely meditate more. And I feel like you're needing to meditate near water because this is going to help with the emotions. This water holds memory. And it's one of those where it's holding that memory. And I feel like if you were meditating, so if you've gone to the beach, gone to a lake, gone to a river, stick your feet in the water before you meditate and sit there with your feet in the water if it's warm enough for you, because it's going to help with your memory. And it's about linking in with your spirit guides and taking you to a much, much higher realm. Now, we've all heard of Moldavite. There's another crystal that you can get that's slightly cheaper called Libyan gold. Raven's probably got the other name for it. She might be able to put it in the comments. But this is the tactile, and it's a crystal that comes from meteorites, and it's actually found near Libya. It's a beautiful crystal to help you connect with star beings or angelics or the higher realms. And this is what they're doing. They're raising your vibration for this. Now, if you haven't got Libyan gold, that's okay. You can kind of use any crystal. Libyan desert glass. There we go. Thank you, Raven. I knew you'd be able to remember what the other name for it was. But it's a fantastic crystal to work with. Malachite is another amazing one to also connect with your higher realms as well. When it comes to
let me throw out my favorite Labradorite.
Labradorite as well, of course, definitely. I'm totally with you on that one. Now, what I want to say is, I feel like it's one of those, set your intentions before you go to sleep at night of what you want your spirit guides to bring you a message, because it's going to be easier for them to come through in your dreams. Now, when you're keeping a dream journal, write down as much as you can remember. But what I want to do is say that don't read the dream back until 4 weeks later, because if you allow yourself those 4 weeks, when you read it back, it might be a word, it might be a sentence. might be a color that you remember. It's going to trigger those memories.
Yeah.
I do meditate daily. I'm struggling, honestly. My new partner thinks all of this is witchcraft. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, yeah, it is witchcraft as well. Because wow, my gran was an amazing witch, and I'd like to think she wouldn't have harmed me. You know, I'm definitely a bloody witch. But no, and I want to say, you know what? That might be his opinion. That might be his view. That's okay. But even if you can't get to like a river or something, do a meditation in the bath or a shower. He said it's all the devil. Well, reminded that actually the term Lucifer is bringer of light, and it was about bringer of knowledge. Got to be a bit careful with the old Catholic and Christian religion because it started getting written by man, and they all forgot the first bloody page, which was "Don't be an idiot." And accept everyone for their own beliefs. But there we go. Right. Not wanting to be rude, not wanting to be nasty. I don't want to do that. Now, I've actually pulled you, funny enough, from Raven Adams, her Lead with Energy card. She's actually done a UFO deck, which I absolutely love. And this card is going to be very, very fitting because it's called the Fog. Now, I love that we got the fog because what I feel is over the next 2 to 3 months, this fog is going to be clearing. And it's going, the more you start meditating and the more you start doing, the stronger your connection's going to get. So start talking to them. Now, I always say it's like when you're working with spirit guides, star beings, whoever, whatever you want to call them, angels, you're building a relationship. Now, I will say good morning to my spirit guides. I'll say good night to them. I'll also have arguments with them as well when I can't find something, or if I stub my toe, I'll be like, well, why the bloody hell did you put the chair there in the place, you know? Or I trip off the edge of a pavement. It's not because I'm clumsy. It is, but there we go. That's a different story. Sorry, the screw in my head is bouncing around like a nutter tonight. It's great. But what I want to do is start communicating with your spirit guides. Now, the other thing I also want to bring, which I also feel is very, very important, if you start making meditation a chore, like every Thursday, 7 p.m., I've got to meditate for an hour, you're going to get nothing.
Right.
Do it when it feels right. Do it when you feel like I'm actually really wanting to do this. And it might be for 10 minutes. It might be for an hour. Sometimes you might even, or like me, you might even fall asleep because spirit will give us what we need. That's the most important thing. It's not about sitting there cross-legged going on. I will meditate a lot of the time when I'm out walking, and I literally will have music in my ears, and I am normally listening to Pink Floyd or something along those lines, and that's when I go, I'm a schizophrenic. How on earth I choose this on a soul level? I always know what's real. I don't have symptoms anymore. That's great that you haven't got the symptoms anymore. And I actually do feel like it is just that connecting with your spirit, guys. Feel that energy, feel that love that's coming inside. Minty male with drinking problem. No, haven't got a drinking problem, mate. Not sure what you're on about. So this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say. It's like that connecting and grounding yourself is what I feel is what's going on there. But yeah, the fog is going to clear for you. So I hope that helps.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah, Bernadette, you got a whole earful there. And again, I'm just loving the energy that you guys are producing tonight with these readings. It's really amazing. I did see Christine, I did see your comment over here, but there are some other comments up previously that I want to just address because people have been waiting. So let's see if these people are still here. CJ, you asked a question earlier. Do you see me getting a new cat and being able to take care of it and afford it? CJ, if you're still here, just give me a quick yes in the comments so we can address you. And CJ is here, and Bernadette says thank you so much, guys. Also, Debbie Romero is stopping by. What's up, Debbie? Good to see you.
Oh, hey, Debbie. Thanks for your kind words. I appreciate it. Angelo, no, I still can't take it, mate.
Angelo's not hitting it tonight. So yeah, I want to see Christine, but CJ is asking. Let me go back to CJ's question about her cat.
What's CJ asking?
CJ says, "Do you see me getting a new cat and being able to afford to take care of it?"
Oh, I love that. I love it. Would you like me to link in first, Brian?
Sure. I'm getting a good shuffle.
That's cool. That's cool. So, CJ, here we go. Let's see. I actually see you again a taxi. I see you getting a tuxedo, a little black and white cat. It's going to be female. It's going to be bonkers energy. Yes, you will be able to afford it. And I see you getting this more around middle of May. And it's one of those where it's like, I'm ready for a new companion as well. But it's going to be kitten. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be a bit like me.
That's what I'm picking up too. It's going to be a handful and a half, man.
Oh, it's so weird. It's so weird. You've had tuxedos before.
Counters and knock stuff off, and it's going to be an adventure.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it. But yeah, CJ, I do, and I do see you being able to afford to look after this cat as well. And I want to say you're going to spoil it rotten as well, because you always spoil your cats. There's no two ways about that. And I want to say you was offered a black and white just born. No way. That's so cool. Thank you for the confirmation. I take him. Take her. I do see you taking her. It's like it's a done deal. Go for it. So middle of that makes sense.
and make sure your counters are clean.
I love it. But what I'm being shown is, though, it's the right time. It is the right time. I'm bouncing around the pages. I love that, Courtney. That's awesome. But I'm loving the fact that this is the right time for you, to be perfectly honest. And I want to say there's a cat in spirit that passed. Sadly, please forgive me if I'm wrong. Was there a cat that passed last year around between August and October? I don't know if he's ginger or not. It might be Tabby. But I want to say there's this cat that's helped you find this one, because he knows that and it's a male cat in spirit, is what I'm being shown. And what I'm being shown is it's just the money holding back. No, the money will be there. The financial will be there. But this cat has actually led you to this kitten, because it's like it knows that you're, yes, March though. Okay, thank you. But what I want to say is, though, this cat is actually knows that you're going to give it the loving home that it needs, and it's like you were ready for it. Now I'm going to pull you a quick card from Raven's deck, of course, and we got one from her Scottish Oracle deck, which I love, and it's called Picnic. So I lost my girl last year, my boy the year before. I'm so sorry to hear that. I really, really am, because I know I hate it when people say pets aren't family. That gets me really wound up, because no, they are. They are our family. They are our fur babies at the end of the day. But we got the card Picnic. But I see this as celebration. I see this as you actually being able to make sure that you'll be able to afford it, and you will be able to afford it. And I'm also seeing new financial support coming in for you, or there's new finances coming in end of May, beginning of June. So it might be for a couple of weeks, it's a little bit tight, but I do see extra money coming in. But I do see this as celebration, and I do feel like you are going to get the cat. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that helps.
So this cat is like not just a cat. This is the priestess. So it's like it's going to be bringing like some sacred knowledge. It's like your personal familiar as well.
Oh, wow.
So like this
that.
is kind of a spiritual connection as much as it is a pet and companion connection. And if you go into it with that mindset up front, you'll get a lot of answers from this little beastie.
That's awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. There you go. CJ, what a great reading. New comments. Regan loves that.
Exactly, and I so want a dog. I really want a dog again. but sadly, because I've got no fixed abode at the moment,
that'll be something. Yeah, that'll be interesting for you to add to your traveling. But it's not like people don't travel with dogs. That's a thing. They actually could.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Christine Fay is a good friend of the live stream of consciousness and here on Long Island. She's looking for a reading. And she's saying health, career, love, symptoms.
What's up?
Okay.
And then I think we'll do Casey after that, and then we'll wrap it up with that one. I think that'll be
no worries. Okay, Christine, coming in with you. I've got a lot of stress. I've got a lot of anxiety going on at the moment, Christine. And please forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's the feeling that I've got. Headaches in the ear ringing. I was about to ask if you had headaches as well. It seems to be, I want to say, it feels like outside stresses is what is causing this problem, if that makes any sense or not. And I just feel like it's one of those where everyone's pulling on your energy at the moment, and it's like I'm being spread very, very thinly. And this is a large part of family and also work as well. So it's a mixture of both that is going on here. And it's like I feel like you could literally walk into a middle of field, scream at the top of your voice, and just tell everyone to clear off because you need at least 48 hours to yourself to de-chill, if that makes any sense. I do feel that if you could get away for a long weekend, if that's possible at all, I feel like you should be doing that this weekend. It'll do you the world of good. And I feel like I want to get out. I'm going to bang on about trees. I want to get out amongst the trees. I want to get out into nature, go and connect with the rocks and the trees. It will give you that grounding. Now, if there is anything that is causing worry or concern medically, I always have to say straight away, make sure you go and see a doctor. I don't see anything sinister. I don't see anything nasty. What I feel is it's more about trying to work with the stress and the anxiety. So I want to say carry some rose quartz, carry some amethyst. You need some self-love. You need some calm as well being brought into this.
Stop those arguments too, man. There's arguments like all around. Like
there really, really is. It's like you need to step out. It's like the arguments aren't yours. Just take yourself out of the situation. This is where I'm getting it with family. It's like family members trying to pull you into their arguments, and it's like it's not needed. I do feel that say that again. There's peace and calm coming for you though. Peace and calm. June. I really do feel like you're supposed to be getting away in June as well for 2 weeks, and it's like a proper 2-week holiday where it's going to allow you to switch off as well at the same time. And I'm seeing you. I feel like you're getting to the coast. You're getting to the ocean, if that makes any sense or not. And it's going to give you that proper switching off and peaceful time and relaxation. Now, I'm putting you one of the UFO cards from Ray. I love this card. You've got surrender. And I love that because it's like, you know what? I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. I do my best. If people don't like it, they can do one. I will help people who want to help themselves. And that's where the energy needs to be redirected. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps, Christine. And thank you for letting me link in with you.
So in your energy column, Christine, you've got the 5 of swords and the 5 of wands, and both of those, like there's you kind of feel like you're walking on eggshells right now, and that way of being has got to get resolved in some way, or else you'll just drive yourself crazy and go into implosion mode out of emotional intensity rather than choosing what's the best outcome for you, and removing yourself from like energy that is on your ass all the time is like really tantamount. Watch out for like some of the arguments, some of the like stuff going on with that has a lot to this is the 7 of swords. There's a lot of deceit going on. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on. There's a lot of gossip going on, and it's just really a mess. But the gig of it is, Minty was exactly right, man. Get out in nature, remove yourself from the situation, give yourself some space, let your energy come back around to being calm and realizing that those arguments aren't yours. They don't belong to you. That deceit does not belong to you. That's somebody else's gig that is now inflicting itself on your zone. And when you get to that, you're going to come out like way on top. It's like the Chariot, like it's absolute victory. And the last card's one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. It's the 9 of Pentacles. It's that moment right before like, oh goodness, lasting abiding abundance happens. So just make sure that you don't own what isn't yours, and make sure that you are keeping your energy centered and in your own space, and let whatever is running on around and keep a nice ear out and a nice eye out.
Wow, there you go, man. Christine, what a great reading. You guys are phenomenal. We should have been doing this a year ago, right?
Everything happens at precisely the right time.
Yeah, man. This is awesome. You guys are really knocking it out of the park.
Well, I've sort of tried to do this with other readers before, but like there's a real symbiotic like vibration between Minty and
yeah.
I get to see, I love seeing auras. That's my favorite thing to do.
You were saying that last night.
Yeah, watching Minty's aura, like as he was reading, was just a real treat, man. It was so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah, totally. And I agree with it. And I've talked about it before. I talk about it that I have this psychic fetish. Like I don't like go to psychics, but I like being around psychics and watching them do their thing because again, I can feel the energy. I feel the healing that's happening between, whoever the reading is. And I guess, like you said, Bryan, I'm seeing the aura, I'm seeing the energy come through. And both of you guys are very energetic, readers. You're both really awesome. And Angelo says, great show, guys. Bernadette says, thanks for the reading. Thanks for the shout out. Thank you, Michael. Awesome. I know we had Casey. Let me go back and see if I could find Casey. And then I do think there was one more I'd like to squeeze in if we can. So Casey Castle is out there, says, thank you. You squeezed me in. What was the question? She just says, I'm open. I don't know if there was a specific question from Casey. I don't think so. I think she just said she was open.
Cool.
And I figured we would get her in here. And then she is saying here. She's saying, what's going on? What do you guys got? So there you go. She's just open for a general. That's
reading. Cool. That's cool. Yeah. Casey, are you happy for me to start, Bryan?
Yes, please.
Oh, cheers. Casey, I want to say I've got a lady that's come forward straight away from you. I want to say it's grandmother off mum's side of the family. I want to say she passed very quickly. There's a huge amount of love coming through from her. She wants to wrap you up in a blanket and she's saying it's going to be all right. She says you've just got to get the next 6 weeks out the way, and there is a shifting energy. There's a clearing in energy. So it's like you're raising your vibration. She says you've been asking her for help or for strength, and she wants you to know she's been listening. There's a strong rose-scented smell with her as well at the same time. She would have been quite spiritual at the start. She would have had a certain way of knowing. Maybe not in the way that we know today, but she had a certain knowing. And she wants you to know she's always watching over you as well. And she keeps showing me little feathers. I feel like this last week you've been finding little feathers. I hope this is making sense, Casey. If you can give me any confirmation, I really appreciate it. Her energy is very much where she speaks her mind, she speaks her truth, and she's very good at putting people in their place or giving people jobs to do. But she was always soft with you. And she's showing me that she would have shown you how to cook, or she would have done baking with you as well. And I keep getting shown a Victoria sponge cake being made. I don't know if this is making any sense or not. I hope it does. She's talking about a birthday or an anniversary coming up. Oh, Casey, I hope this is okay. And thank you for letting me link in with you. She's saying, make sure you celebrate your birthday this year because you didn't celebrate it last year. And she said, no, that's not right. You've got to celebrate your birthday. And she keeps saying, make sure you blow the candles out. Make sure you make those wishes. Make sure you got those dreams to follow as well, is what I'm being shown. Wow. She says people do appreciate you more than they let on, or more than you think. And you're always giving your time to others. You're always helping others. I wouldn't be surprised if you were a nurse, a carer, or a counselor, or someone in that environment, because you're helping and looking after other people. She wants you to know she's proud of you for that one. She's also saying, please wear her ring that she gave you as well. So true. I had a Chinese birthday this last year. Thank you. She's saying, make sure you wear her ring. And she says, even if you get it resized or actually placed on a chain as well, because she says it will bring your energy closer to her. Now, this I feel is either a silver or white gold ring. I keep getting shown green is in the stone. So I don't know if it's a diamond and I'm just seeing the light hitting it, showing a faint green, or if it might have been a light emerald. But that's what I'm being given to give for you. It's interesting she's given me the color green as well, because that's very much connected with the heart chakra. And she's saying she wants to work on your heart chakra, and she's sending you a lot of love there as well. She would have also loved yellow flowers as well at the same time. So I've got daffodils, no rings, but she had earrings. Okay, thank you. Were they like emerald, but like diamond and emerald? That's what I'm being shown. But she's saying she loves yellow flowers, and she keeps showing me either sunflowers or daffodils is what she wants me to give to you as well. Show me that again. She said your house move will happen, but not till August. So I do feel like you are very much planning on wanting to move house, and she's saying it's August. I'm going to pull you a quick card as well. And it's from just got my singing bowls for heartstring earrings. Thank you for the confirmation. I appreciate it. So I'm actually pulling you a card from the Scottish Oracle deck, and it's actually called the Unknown. Now, this is kind of interesting, really, because we don't always know the path we're going. Sometimes we've got to feel it. Sometimes we follow our heart. There we go. The heart is coming back into it. Sometimes we've got to follow our heart. Sometimes it's not always about knowing whether you're on the right or wrong path. But if it's making your heart sing, you know you're doing the right decision. You know you're making the right move. You know you're making the right changes. Follow your heart. You're going to be all right. You're going in the right direction. It's that little bit of patience. One more thing. She likes the pink roses that you gave her as well, by the way. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. And thank you for letting me link in with you.
So you've been really seriously considering a more intense spiritual practice, energy practice, and it really it's a really good time to begin that. And there's a lot of inspiration. There's the moon. There's a lot of inspiration and creative potential there for you as well. And ending up in where this manifests, the last two cards of the reading are the Hermit, which is about like the inner journey and going inside, kind of removing yourself from everyone. You know, the thing I love about the story about the Hermit is like, you know, he just like goes away, you know, into his little castle or his little cave and is like totally concentrated on his own light, nobody else. It's like about his own journey and finding that spirituality that blooms. And all of a sudden that is exactly what's happening. And his light becomes so bright that, you know, all of a sudden people are following him around, like trying to figure out why his like energy is so beautiful and his light is so bright. So, you know, the Hermit's inner journey, one of my favorite parts of the whole Fool's journey and the tarot thing, and that introspection and the things that you find in yourself that you never knew were possible. Amazing. And then the last card is the 10 of Cups, which is absolute emotional fulfillment. And you're going to find so much joy. If you go for it, if you really like go for it and don't just like dawdle around on it, you will find so much joy, so much richness, and this emotional abundance that'll last you for the rest of your life.
Wow. Awesome. Wow. You know, you guys are so phenomenal, and I can't even, I'm processing what I'm witnessing right now, because it's just so amazing the way you guys are connecting with the audience and with each other and with the energy, and it's just really great. I did see one more. I would like to do one more if you guys are up for it.
Let's do it.
Because I feel like
CJ,
you guys get energized.
Lighters.
Yeah, you know, you guys get energized by this too. I mean, it is really great. It is really great, and it was. I know Crick, KRYCK, you're going to come back and you'll find us. Crick was really impressed with the readings that were happening in the energy, but it was Spectra. I don't know if you're still here, Spectra. If you are, I'm holding the guys for you. Just comment that you're still here, Spectra, and we'll get your reading. Other than that, guys, I think we're going to have to do this again, because you know, the audience is loving this. You guys are, I'm loving it, because I'm, you know, like I said, I feel it. I feel the connection. And it's just great. So
I'm having a terrible time and never want to do it again. I'm the last bastion of sarcasm. Sorry about that.
So I don't see Spectra responding, but I do see Crick saying here. So maybe we can sneak in Crick.
Let's do it.
Do we have a question for Crick?
Crick, you got a question? You are up. You've slipped into the batter circle, and you're up. And if you have a question, these guys are ready for you. Marie says, "Please do it again."
It
Yes.
kind of doesn't feel like two readings. It feels like sort of a continuum.
Yeah, it's great. Spectra is here, so I think, Crick, you might have been knocked out of your spot. And if whoever comes in with their question first, I guess we'll have to do it that way. It's exciting.
That works.
We're
That
live. This is how it works out when you're live.
Oh, no question yet. You got to get your question in. Oh no.
That's good.
Parenting. Okay.
All right. Crick's in with the parenting. He's in with the buzzer.
Parenting. Okay. Rick, why do I feel like you're questioning about your parenting, if that makes any sense, or you being a parent? Why do I feel like it's like I'm after advice in a sense, or I'm looking for help with my own, I want to say with my own children or my own child? Does that make any sense at all to you, Crick, before I go any further? So I'm getting really confused with this because I feel like I'm questioning a son is what I'm asking, is what I'm saying. And I want to say the child is quite young, and I want to say that they're quite spiritual, and I feel like it's about how do I allow them to explore their spiritual path? Would that make any sense to you at all, Crick? Before I go any further, truth. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And it's one of those where I think the thing for me, I'm talking on my own personal journey from what my grandmother did. It was like she would always listen. She would always acknowledge it. She would never ridicule it. She'd never squash it. She would encourage me to go and find more, go and discover more. And it's about connecting with the earth, respecting the environment. Get them to do a little meditation. A brilliant meditation my grandmother did for me, bearing in mind I'm like a bloody squirrel that bounces around like a nutter. You lost two children. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I do feel that because I've also had the same myself. But what I want to say, twins in 2020, I am so sorry. Wow. I really am. Bear with me on that one. I still got a child here. I still got a child here is what I want to say. And it's one of those where I want to say one of the best meditations I ever did, and I still use it today as an add-on, I still stick with it, is just sitting in our garden and listening to nature. Can I hear the birds tweeting? Can I hear the bees buzzing around the flowers? Can I feel the wind blowing through the trees? It's lowering your body and allowing yourself to go through that. I am going to ask a delicate question though, Crick, and I know you're saying twins. I've got one of each. I've got a son and a daughter energy coming through for you. And I want to say they are both got strong, amazing energy. They're both beautiful souls, very much together and very much with you as well.
Very bright too.
They really are. They're proper angels. They really, really are beautiful angels. And it's like you do feel them around you as well. And they're very, very much with you. And Crick, I really want to say nothing was done. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. And they're saying there's nothing to feel guilty or feel sorry for. Now, I know it's easy for me to sit here and say that. Girl 13 and boy 11. And I want to say nothing was done wrong. That's the easiest way I can describe it. Girl is a very strong character. She knows the mind from space to space, speaks of truth. Lab was much more in his own world, in his own environment, in his own head. And there's a beautiful energy there as well. All have rare gene disease. That's why you did nothing wrong. That's why there was nothing wrong. They come to you in your sleep. They come to you when you're sleeping. They come to you in your dreams. And I feel like you're sat in a park or you're sat in a field and it's like you've got a picnic out in front of you. I feel like this might have been your last dream because it's like I'm sharing a meal with them. I'm sharing time and space with them. No, don't apologize. Do not apologize, mate. Do not apologize for crying, you know.
That's the healing.
I would be more concerned if you wasn't, mate. I'll be more concerned if you wasn't. there is such beautiful love and beautiful energy, and they are all fighters. They've all got your strength, mate. And your lad, he adds your sense of humor. You got a very dry sense of humor, and he's chuckling away. It's like you'll find the funniest thing out of everything, if that makes sense at all as well. Okay. They're saying to me to say to you, don't give up. Do not give up. They're always there. They're always giving you their love, but they don't want you to give up. They said you've got a lot of love to share with the world, and that's what you do. Do you work with animals? Why do I see you working with dogs, or you're very good at dog training or something like that? I just got dogs coming in. Sorry, I've got a German Shepherd that's just come running in that I feel is in spirit, that wants to be reminded. And I feel like you work with dogs or you work with animals. They also give you a great comfort as well, if that makes any sense. Thank you for the confirmation. I really appreciate it. But they're saying, don't give up. You've got a lot of love to give. We are all here for you. And that's the most, and you never forget a birthday. You never forget an anniversary. You never forget a date. That's so, so important. I also got, I don't know why, I've got to give you an origami paper bird. I don't know why, but I've got to give you an origami paper bird. And this is coming from your daughter. And it's like she wants me to give you this origami paper bird. I feel like she's quite creative. She's quite arty. She's always very much using her creative side as well, is what I'm being shown. Okay, show me that again. She'd always tell you the truth, mate. She'd always tell you the truth. I'm glad you love living. That's amazing to hear. I love that.
I can't stand it.
This is awesome. I really, really do. I do access bars on animals. No way. That's so cool. I love it. But she's talking, but they're talking about actually not this weekend coming, the weekend after. You're going to the beach. You're going to the beach, and they're going to be joining you on the beach. I don't know why. I don't know if you're going on holiday or something, but I can see you going to the beach, or there's a beach near water. That's what I'm being shown for you as well. Show me that again. Show me that again. It's like you've got a particular crystal for each child. And I want to say, okay, I've got something like soda light or a dark blue crystal, maybe blue tiger's eye. I was given blue tiger's eye the other day. It's really nice for your son. I've got rose quartz for your daughter. I've got a labradorite for one of your children as well. And I've got amethyst for the youngest one, is also what I want to say as well at the same time. I hope this is all making sense, makes everyone live around here. I love that. I love that. Right, I'm going to pull you a card, mate. Going to pull you a card. But they want you to know that they're very, very much with you, and they love hearing you talk. You'll talk about your day with them. You always, good morning, good night. It's like the last thing you do. You got photos of them all by your bed as well, and they love that you got the photos by the bed, and they love that you light a candle for them all as well, which is also important. And the card I've got for you is from the Scottish Oracle deck, and it's called Perspective. And it's kind of like they're soaring high, you're soaring high. You really, really do. Oh, shit, yeah, the crystals. I love it. Please, I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you, mate. I just love how spirit works. I really, really do. But perspective, that's a massive thing. And it's like you're helping others, you're healing and helping others, which is then giving you healing and love for you as well at the same time. And they're just saying, don't give up, Dad. We're still here. We're going to be here for you, mate. And they will. I hope that helps, mate. I hope that makes sense. And my love really does go out to you, dude. Really does.
Amazing.
So that was really great. I wanted to dive in like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, so you jumped.
I got the Empress card, and it was loud and clear. As much as you're here to nurture them, you know, they're here to nurture you as well, and your twins, the two really especially want to take care of you and nurture you and share your love. And the next card is the Two of Cups, which is when love blooms. You know, it's when that initial spark of just being over the top, like in love. And that's the energy that's around with all of them. And just a note, just to, this is adjustment. And this is about balance and finding that balance and not letting the grief or, just, you stay centered in the balance part, not out on the edges where you're going up and down and riding up and down. And just understand that not only with the spirit, but with those, with all the kids, there's just infinite love and the joy to or the desire for you to enjoy living, to like love life every second that you get, even if it seems too short. Yes, it is too short, no matter how long you live, so savor every moment, share those joys with your kids in every way you can, and just let the love nurture flow freely. So
Yes, exactly.
Totally right there, Crick. Totally right there. Your comment,
exactly. Mate. Wow, amazing. I again, I'm at a loss for words for the energy and the love that you guys bring to the universe. I do want to address. So I saw this comment. I don't know if he's still here. Ernest says we're already lost in a black hole the size of 1 million universes. How insignificant does that make us? And I immediately thought of a response to, which is that's your choice, right? Your choice is how insignificant do you want to be, or how
because the thing that is us, the piece of light that is us, is a part of the infinite source.
That's
and
right.
How is that
and how significant does that make us is the real question.
We are an actual living piece of the source. We're not right. Like separate little pieces of dirt out there that are just to be trampled underfoot. We are divine beings.
Absolutely. We
are not insignificant in any shape or form. Just think about all the billions of chances for us to get here in the first place and survive.
Right?
See the beautiful world and the cosmos and the universe around us. Makes those experiences significant. And we are each individually significant in our own right and in our own being and in our own way. Be mindful of how you talk about yourself. My grandmother was always very, sorry, if you're happy for me to share this a moment, Michael. It's like she would always say, I'm never old. Don't you dare call me old. I'm leveling up. I'm not ill. I am getting better. Because if you say you're ill, you're bringing illness on. If you say you're old, you're bringing oldness on. If you're saying you're insignificant, you're bringing that insignificance onto you. Be mindful of your words. They're called spellings for a reason. There's a clue in the name. They have power. Words have power. They hold truth. Be mindful of how we speak to ourselves.
That's right. And I want to say, and he says, enlighten me, and that's what we're here for. And actually, it's not that we're enlightening you. We're here to just kind of give you another perspective. So the enlightenment is the idea of looking at something from a different perspective, which is exactly what Minty just said. You came in with the question, wow, how insignificant are we? We're just in this infinite universe, this little speck. But if you turn that around and you say, no, how significant are we that we're even here? That little speck is even here. It's all a matter of perspective. And that is what I love about you guys. That's what I love about this community. That's what I love about just being, right? And just thinking about this stuff and being able to express it and share it with each other, and a community like this. So Ernest, I hope that answers your question. I do appreciate it. I appreciate your question being here, even though maybe that wasn't the intention, right? You kind of came in like, oh, I'm gonna ask this question, but it's all valid, right? And hopefully that helps. Amazing. You guys got any final words here before we wrap it up? We're almost like a half an hour overtime tonight.
How about we do a collective card pull?
How about we do it?
Let's do a collective card pull.
All right.
So let's pull one card. What Spirit wants the collective to know. Which I always love doing these at the end of my lives, I must admit. So let's see what we've got coming for you. So we're going back to the Scottish Oracle deck. Oh, you know what? This is going to be amazing. And let's celebrate. And it is celebrate every moment that we're here, celebrate the darkness, send that darkness the love and the celebration, but also celebrate the love and the lightness as well, because that's just going to be raising your vibration. Find something every day to be grateful for that you are here. It might be that you saw the sunrise. It might be that you had a nice cup of coffee. It might be that you've had a phone call from someone, surprise. It might be that you get asked out on a date. It might be that you're getting married or you're having a baby or something. Find that thing that makes you smile. Find that thing that brings you the joy, happiness, love in your life. And that will make your days a lot easier.
10 of Pentacles. Lasting, abiding abundance. It's a good card for it to end up on. You know,
I love it.
The thing about this card is it's like material abundance. And it's across the board. It's like stuff, land, money, like family, and the kind of riches that you can share and make a difference in other people's lives, and be rich beyond your dreams in many, 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 many ways. And it's the kind of riches that never goes away. So enjoy that and understand that no matter what's happening right now, the fact that you are a piece of the source, you are rich already.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for that wisdom, the love, everything that you brought to the table. Thank you, audience, for being here. We love you. This is great. I will see you guys next week. And
crazy fun, guys.
As well. You. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Courtney. We all make this possible by being here. We all have participated and contributed our energy to this, and that's what I love about it. So let's all sleep on that one. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.